Good afternoon from the Eastern U.S., everybody. This is MooCow1980. I'm here to welcome you to another race in the 2024 ALTTPR Enemizer tournament. With me today, not in the booth, but in a special capacity called Tracker, is Fishing Boo. Fishing Boo is very dependable. Enjoy working with Fishing Boo. Today we got vertz505 against arabidwombat. Wombat has taken the first race. Vertz is looking to tie this up and force a game 3. What happens? Who knows? That's what we're here to find out. Now, if Wombat can win today, Killer App 23 is waiting in the second round. Vertz will obviously want to keep Killer App waiting just a little bit longer for their opponent. So any moment now, we'll be getting things underway. They will be starting. Do want to let you know, looks like we got a countdown timer. Get them synced up here. We're all going to start to sync route. Nothing to sync. So basically, Enemizer means enemies could be anywhere. They're not normally where they are. They can really shake things up and make rooms a living heck. It is Chaos Boss Shuffle. That means as long as an arena can support the boss can be there, and a given boss can appear numerous times in a given seed. I've called a race so far this year that's had 4 Arguses, for example. That also means you're not guaranteed to see Trinex, since, you know, ice rod hunts tend to be a thing. Piece of heart on the lumberjack ledge. So who knows what bosses run into. The other thing would be, as we're going into Lost Woods here, balancing, giving some background with what they're checking. Okay, that's a red 20. They're going to pick it up as they need it. Logic is still required to progress through rooms. Now, for example, in Eastern and Pod, there are bow-locked rooms. However, you may not need the bow to get through them. They will be opened up. You should be able to kill the enemies. But for logic purposes, Green Bottle and Link's House, for logic purposes, you still need that bow to get through the room. So that can sometimes come into play when you're trying to figure out what's next and keeping logic change in mind. You find a compass in a dungeon. The compass will tell you the boss of that dungeon. Does not work for Ganon's Tower. So Ganon's Tower, you won't know the bosses until you actually see the room. So that is where we are at here. So Vertz went to Lost Woods and decided to go to South Route to get some bombs. Wombat did pick up a couple of bombs after leaving Lost Woods and is going into Blind's Hut. Race game is a red 20, so race game is not needed. Wombat got the flippers in Blind's Hut and a boomerang, the red meringue specifically. Yes, this is a 7/7 open Enemizer, so you still have to get the 7 crystals. You still have to clear GT and be Aga 2. 3 of those crystals are in the light world. All blues, no reds. So all the good stuff will be found in the dark world check. We'll get all 3 of our pendants and 2 red crystals in the dark world. We've switched to Wombat's audio. This is the 8-bit big band MSU. Hook shot on bottle vendor. $100 well spent. Now, while they're tracing over each other's steps, please be sure to give these runners a follow. You can also follow our wonderful tracker Fishing Boo. You can also follow myself if you would so like. Because I am flying solo, there are times I will rely on my tracker to get the answers that I need. Got two screens going. Sometimes you're just going to miss something if they're both doing something new or exciting at the same time. All right, well, Wombat has taken care of CAC. I'm going to go and get that green bottle. And the South Shore is a-coming. Oh, just didn't get the hook shot clip through the block there. Well, there's a flute. I'm not going to get this chest though first. The red 20. So flute is the sunken treasure. Wombat's making his way over to Mini Moldorm Cave. Could be Mini Helma Cave. Could be Shadow Cave. We don't know. Shadow Cave it is. Hook shot makes quick work. Following in Wombat's footsteps. Nothing to speak of there. No use going to Ice Rod Cave right now. It's a lot quicker to flute there. So go activate the flute and then decide to go to Ice Rod Cave. Yellow spikes are on the prowl on this seed already. They have been easily avoidable, thankfully. Please stand for our national anthem, the Hyrulean national anthem. Wombat circling back to get that sick kid check. Which is only meriting a piece of heart, but give us a full heart. Oh, Wombat decided to rescue Old Man in the Dark, which can be an adventure. It looks like Wombat's going to be able to slide through this. did not get killed on the way to the old man should be able to make it back. So the shovel is on top of Spec Rock. They cannot get that at this time. No mirror. There's really nothing to speak of on that side of the mountain. They got the hook shot, so they are going to head their ways east. We got Paradox Cave coming up. We'll get a floating island check. And barring any other items, probably go right in the Spiral Cave. Glove, sword, mushroom, both gloves as it turns out. So both gloves, a mushroom, and a sword, all in Paradox Upper. Oh, we're trying to palm jump across. Good ball. I'm gonna go ahead. So, we're looking for a moon pearl. Give us that Dark World access. Floating island being dead, the only thing left is to walk Spiral Cave. And there's the moon pearl. So there's our Dark World access just like that. We're immediately going to take advantage of this and just head on in. There's a lot of checks to be had here with the hook shot, so 100% complete sense to do so. And I did not catch that, not check on Wombat's side because I was watching the versus screen. I have faith that Fishing Boo will have everything there. Nothing in Super Bunny Cave. Well, I'd admire the red pendant are Ice, Thieves Town, and a green in Dull Wood. Quake is required for TR. Oh, there is a statue right there. is going to fire at Vert. But gotta be careful here. There's the Samaria and Hookshot Cave. And a hammer for good measure. This mountain has had a lot of stuff. Well, now you got a lot to do. What do you do is the question. Reverts. Gonna go south. Go into the dark world. Wombat's gonna go ahead and check out this mushroom though. Got it early, thinking should be something. And it's nothing. And because it was a fresh save and quit, go ahead and save scum that. You can use it for a fake powder. Pipe Cave, meanwhile, on vertz505 has nothing. Wombat, gonna go to Meyer and just check out the pendant and get a couple of those checks there. And Meyer is ether entry. Vertz looks like going to Pyramid. Wombat's in Meyer shed. Nothing in Meyer shed. Wombat saving and quitting to the mountain to do a flute. We'll see where they flute off to. Nothing on the pyramid ledge. Celerity, we just started a seed. We haven't been in any dungeon at all. There is no way for us to know of any bosses to any of these dungeons. So alright, so they're both going to the eastern areas. Vertz is choosing the Dark World variety. Wombat's just going to go up here and talk to Saha, which we already know. The Skullwoods is the green pendant. Wombat's getting money, piece of heart, so Saha is completely skippable. Vertz will have to come back to that check, since, again, choosing Dark World, but we'll get the same news that it's completely skippable. So we got double dungeon action going on. Diversions keeps us on our toes. Now, Eastern is beatable, the right boss. Again, the bow locked room in the back is no longer bow locked. You just need the bow for logic purposes. But, you know, logic, schmogic, these runners don't care to a degree. However, bow is still needed for pod because you have that statue in the back. You have to shoot the Igor in the eye in order to proceed. All right, compass is found. Wombat could use that to find out the boss if he so desires. Crystal rollers, making things a little bit interesting, but the hook shot helps to slide around that quick enough. Now, Wombat. Of course, without Lamp, these dungeons are also out of logic, but again, logic's shmagic. It's like Wombat's getting through pretty good. It's at full health going through the door, so couldn't have asked for a much better situation in the dark for Wombat there. Of course, we knew this was the big key for Wombat. Vertz heading to the back of Pod. On a heart and a half. Green 50 for Wombat in the big chest. Oh, this is an ugly room for Vertz. Blue armor comes in handy. This is kind of an ugly room for Wombat too, even though they're all killable enemies. It's still the fact that those things are so unpredictable, those mold orms and those helmas. Trying to get out of the back of Pod there. Red guards abound for Wombat. Alright, here goes Vertz into a dark maze, and Wombat has got a room full of guards. This is just going to be stand at the door and swingy disordy. Now, Wombat has never checked the map, and that is the compass. It's blind. Now, you can't do the blind script because blind starts at the top of the screen, where you're just in the upper third of the screen in a normal Thieves Town play. Vertz with a critical full heart there and low health. So blind in this mode can be tricky because sometimes it's just easier to get him down to the bottom of the screen and go to work. That said, Wombat is living dangerously. Vertz gets the big key in a dark maze. Oh! Wombat just took a death. He was one hit away. Oh no. No, you don't want to see that. Man, that just stings. Just gets the bottle there. Nice Rod Cave as he picks up the pieces there. Vertz going up the mountain. I don't believe we saw a boss check in Pod. He just saved and quit out of there. Couldn't go to the boss anyway if wanted to, because no bow. Wombat's gonna check under the bridge. See what Hobo has. It's red 20. And vertz is in the Tower of Hera. While Wombat's gonna flute back to 8. vertz gonna ignore the shield in Tower of Hera. Wombat's doing a Zora checks. Basement is logically required to get through Tower of Hera. Hookshot. vertz is just gonna Hera pot. vertz has got a Viddy here. This is going to take a while. Yeah, that's just a tough fight. Viddy in that arena, that's just tough. Was there anything on Zora Ledge? I did not see that, admittedly. You know, we got some big double barrel action going on here. They're fast and furious with doing different things, so I am going to be bound to miss something every now and then. But I did not see Zora Ledge. Piece of heart. Thank you so much, chat. Alright, Wombat's giving us some old checks here. Let's see what vertz is going to go into. We're going to get some Village of Outcasts action here. Even though it's a pendant, vertz is still going to go ahead and take a dip. Compass. Wombat's going to pod, so we've seen all this in pod. So the fresh checks will be on vertz's side here. 300 rupees. vertz having to dodge around those Lionels. vertz ran into something there before he transitioned screen because he just dropped 3 hearts just like that. This is a little bit of a predicament. vertz is navigating it. So bombs, that's 2 items in Thieves Town. The other 2 will be in the back. And vertz has had enough. fire rod in the brewery. Bert's going to head on down to the dig game. $27 dig piece of heart for vertz. Wombat took a death in the back of the bowlock side of pod there. Bert's doing the start of Smith chain anyway with the Smith itself. Wombat took another unfortunate death. Take 3 incoming. And what does Smith have? Bombs. This is the mushroom check for vertz that we know is nothing. Final is able to navigate that. That was just, you know, that was very tricky for Wombat there. That death was more intentional or anything. Old man rescue doesn't have anything, so at this point it's just a convenience, but with flute you can get backed up there. If you're in a super tight race it would matter, but it's not a big deal. So vertz is heading over to do Eastern Palace. So at this point, we have Eastern Palace that's beatable. There's no way in the desert yet. Tower of Hera, on paper, is beatable, but that is a nasty Vidi situation that you're dealing with in order to defeat that dungeon. Pod is not beatable due to no bow and arrow to get to the back to the boss area. We cannot get in to Swamp Palace yet. No mirror. Skull Woods is accessible in the back with the fire rod. In theory, beatable. Thieves Town, in theory, is beatable, but it's a pendant. Skull Woods, at least, is a green pendant. Thieves Town is a normal pendant. And vertz didn't even bother after checking the front 4. Ice Palace is now accessible with that fire rod, but it is also a pendant. And we're no way near being able to do Meyer TR. We need medallions for that stuff. So that's kind of our rundown of what our options are. Then, of course, you have Front of Escape. I think that's where Wombat's going to head next. Going to detour and do the uncle first. My gut feeling is there's something here in Front of Escape that's going to make doing some other stuff more palatable. Like you might find a lamp. Piece of heart. Or full heart, I should say. My bad. First, with that fire eye, gets a little bit of an easier time dealing with that room that Wombat had to do in the dark. Burna. We'll see what's in Zelda's cell here. Ooh, vertz got bumped back out of the room with the guards. Ice Rod in Zelda's cell. Value to be determined. We obviously don't know if there are any Trinexes in the seed, and you hope there aren't. But if there are, then Wombat doing the Front of Escape will pay dividends. I calmed the race earlier today where someone, as vertz, is getting a piece heart for the last item, and Eastern at 39:10 he collects the first crystal of the race for either side. As I was saying, I calmed the race earlier today where someone did first thing, started off with the uncle check, got the ice rod, and late in the game, sure enough, both runners went into Ice Palace, and there was Trinex waiting. One could clear it, the other had to double dip because the other never did uncle. So if Wombat runs into a Trinex, well, right now would need a fire rod, of course, but in general, would be able to defeat the Trinex. But vertz is doing the back of escape checks, and is going to go ahead and go to the middle. Going to be able to use the fire rod to light the way. Wombat's going to head on over to Tower Hera, where soon enough he's going to get the news that Mr. Viddy is waiting upstairs. Again, please feel free to give these runners a follow while they're retracing each other's steps here. Putting on some great entertainment for you. They've been giving us a lot of divergence, a lot of excitement so far, and Fishing Boo is a great tracker. Please feel free to give Boo your follows, and if you wish to follow me too, I would appreciate that. Bert's going up to check the island, check Hobo. So we have an item left in Tower of Hera. The question is, can we get this item off the boss? Which Wombat's going with the bomb strats. And if we can get it off the boss, I mean, that's a big F right now because it's still a tedious fight. Or is it going to require a fire source to get the big key to get in the big chest? Unfortunately, we're going to be waiting a while longer because Viddy once again imposes his will. The Wombat is not going to be phased. Wanted to do the Hera pot, remembered all the bombs were used up. And got one off an enemy to boot after getting it out of that pot. Well, post Zora checks. vertz. Checking out the ledge, and it's going to go over to Agina. Wombat's gonna need a little time to work this fight out. Mir and Nagina. So this opens up a back way to desert. No book, but you can do the mirror into the backside there. And that's probably what vertz is going to do here. Wombat has gotten through the eyes. And now is dealing with the big eye. Going to Hammer Town with it. Gets the victory. Gets the ether needed for Meyer. And gets their first crystal at about 45-15. So vertz made his way in the desert. Quickly finds a boots lock small key. See if they can pop out this item. It's a compass. Nothing further can be done. We are going to be told that it is cold stare in desert. But not much more can be done until the boots are obtained. Nothing in spike key for Wombat. First, going to go ahead and go back out. Take a peek at checkerboard. Just a piece of heart. You can get by a Vidi fight. Tower Hera. And you want to gamble on the dark room, you could beat Meyer. Again, in theory, pending the boss. But that lamp's got to show up, I think, at some point here soon. Where? I don't know. Wombat going into Skull Woods, which is the green pendant. Well, that is true, Scottish Brave. They are pretty good player. Oh, wrong chat. She comes in here and she starts talking up these runners, and it's like, oops, sorry, wrong chat. They're going to watch this race back. They're going to get their egos boosted, feel pretty good about themselves, and then they're going to see her say, sorry, wrong chat, and then just feel bad. Anyway, vertz with that mirror has ended up in swamp there. With Specky clip. Pretty much everyone is allowed to be legal now. Has Wombat found anything? Has he found any items at all? Well, you found a sword. Vertz is setting up a left side swamp play. But unless I missed an item, I think Wombat got one item out of Skull Woods, and there's another one sitting in the back, which obviously can't go to because has not been to the brewery to pick up the fire rod. So Wombat's going to go over some of these checks that we've seen before on Vertz's side. Alright, big heart left side of left side swamp for Vertz. The right side chest is a piece of heart. So hopefully he had himself a lovely time there. Vertz heading on to the back, gonna Argus. That is your swamp. Alice Boss. Wombat is also done after 4 checks. And we'll leave Thieves Town. Vertz doing the hammer strats on Argus. Vertz gets Swamp Palace Crystal. So Vertz, with the mayor finally making his way back to the mountain in order to pick up that shovel. Likely going to be an instant dig up to see what this unearths. Or not. We're going to go back for some more video action. Wombat having to save and quit. Go turn into Smith. Again, the mirror is sitting with the Gina. Well, I'm not going to go for the fake powder here. I think it's a full heart for it. Vertz is... sitting here with one heart. One small eyeball left. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. That was tough. That was tough for Vertz. Man, that's just... that's just tough. You know, the hammer strats do take quite a while, and then, you know, with one heart though, going into the arena part to actually have to take on the big eyeball, it's very difficult, and the hammer hitbox can sometimes be finicky. You know, that situation, that fight is not a joke at all. To get your ether to get into Mire, like Wombat is, you have to eventually beat Biddy. MSU is 8-bit big band. Vertz continuing the path to Zelda's cell to get the ice rod. Vertz is just doing a lot of cleanup here that Wombat's already done. Still a few outstanding items need to be found for C to be completable. To be perfectly honest, I had a chance to breathe because they've all been constantly doing different checks. Vertz picking up some bombs refill. This screams the Vitreous Revenge pack here. Vertz needs some montage music right now because that's pretty much what's going on his side. Fishing Boo putting in the chat that the differences between the two players. The mirror is on the Gina. Wombat is not checked yet. But Wombat has defeated Viddy at the top of the tower, Hera for the Ether, and has done Skullwood's big chest for the sword. Yeah, shovel useless, but meanwhile, we got ourselves a moth. And Mire, which was a little bit interesting to go, and there's the Quake. So you have to beat Vidi in Tower of Hera to get the ether for you to be able to enter Mire and defeat the Moth to get the Quake that you need to enter TR. And so Wombat goes back to the mountain. And it's going to be another trip over to the east side. It's going to be up in the TR. And the Vertz Revenge Tour finally concludes. The victory over Vitreous is secured, and the Ether Medallion in hand. That's going to give Vertz a 3-2 crystal lead. Wombat finds the big key right away. Normally you would avoid lava chest because of that, but still in item hunting mode, so lava chest is going to get checked. Couple of small keys on the fire rod side. Full heart there. So just to kind of recap for those coming in, this has been a seed of deaths. Wombat has died to the Eastern Boss blind. Died several times trying to do Olok side of pod. They've both died to Vidi at the top of Tower Hera. Vertz died a few times. Enemizer is being brutal. There was really nothing in Swamp Palace. And Wombat could easily go back now and defeat Blind and Eastern Palace for that crystal. And Vertz is about to get the Mire crystal. Desert's boots locked. You really can't do anything. Pod is bow locked. You have to shoot the statue. So the options are starting to dwindle. And you could do Skull Woods for that green pendant. There's 2 items in Thieves Town. No one's touched Ice Palace. But obviously, when you have the ability to go into a Crystal TR, which Vertz will be able to do after beating Meyer, and you know there's a lot of checks in there, you know, that's your play. Wombat takes a fall. Be a little bit tricky at times doing this maze in the dark, especially in an Enemizer situation. The Wombat finally gets through on the second time there. Three hearts might be inclined to take the safety door. And that's what Wombat's going to do. Now, keep in mind, Wombat, there's the boots. Laser bridge boots. Wombat went through this dungeon without mirror. There's a shield, which leaves this to be the key. If there is something in Mimic Cave by some chance, it may be a long time before Wombat gets back to Mimic Cave. I'm throwing it out there. For all we know, the bow could be in Mimic Cave. And the other bow could be in GT. That is a nightmare scenario that could unfold. So another crystal picked up for Wombat here at $1.13, 18 seconds. Big item prize of TR, the boots. So that is going to open up Desert to be beatable. Wombat simply just going to go ahead and clean up Eastern Palace at this point. Had the unfortunate death there. Vertz, meanwhile, finishes off Moth. Gets that crystal. So they are tied at 4 crystals. Wait, vertz never did this shovel check. And there's a sword, so it wasn't a useless shovel. So swords are Paradox Upper, Skullwood's Big Chest, and Shovel Check. Wombat did the Skullwood's Big Chest. vertz did the Shovel Check. They both did Paradox Upper. Oh, don't worry about it, Boo. You do far more good than bad. You've made one mistake, and how many things have you done right? I wouldn't worry about it. I guess I got ahead of myself when I said they had 4 crystals. I just assumed Wombat was cleaning that one up. So vertz is going to go into TR. Again, the only thing of merit in TR is going to be the boots, which are guaranteed needed to be able to defeat Desert. We're getting our first ice check. While we're getting into these dungeons on each side, remember, just go ahead and give them a follow. Putting on a great race, competitive race here. You can also follow our tracker, Fishing Boo, and also give me a follow if you so desire. Alright, so Ice Palace is just a normal pendant. We have no books, so there is no way of knowing about Ped. Aga 1 is not required. It is a piece of heart on Lumberjack Ledge. And of course, no one has gone back to defeat Skull Woods for the green pendant, so we have no idea what that tournament is. So that kind of brings you up to speed on the three big chat hype checks. There is the lamp. It is an Ice Palace. Second item found in Ice Palace by Wombat. Mirrors and Agina. Now, so far, the mirror hasn't hurt, but we're going to keep an eye on vertz's screen, because eventually vertz is going to make his way over to Mimic Cave. And that's obviously a big one at this point. So we'll want to see what that is when he gets there. Meanwhile, we're still 2 items found in ice. Looks like an item on the boss here for Wombat. Meanwhile, here comes the critical check. As soon as vertz can get through this room here. Piece of heart. So Wombat has dodged a major situation by Mimic Cave being a piece of heart. Oh, the Wallmaster there, but Wombat was prepared. Ice Palace is blind. That is our second blind we've seen today. Again, this is Chaos Boss Shuffle, so you can see bosses multiple times. Not just capped at 2. But the third item is nothing of merit, just a bloopy. Wombat's going to collect the pendant. Now, desert's open. Wombat just has to get the desert and go over and get that mirror from Agena. vertz knows that desert is boots locked. And that could be the next stop after TR. Boots will be coming up here shortly for vertz. vertz is going to go ahead and take his safety door. I don't blame him. King's Tomb has nothing but money. Wombat's going to go ahead and try to get these bonk rocks out of the way too. vertz collects his boots. Cape and bonk rocks. Now, I believe bumper ledge was nothing. But cape is still very useful in an Enemizer mode. Wombat finally going to Agena. So this will be the mirror pickup. So with Desert or Crystal, I would want to believe that Wombat's going to Desert. Loop back to 6 and go in that back way. Might do checkerboard at some point here too. In fact, that'll be up next. Which we know that's nothing. And then we'll go into Desert. No items have been pulled from Desert. Literally, the only check they had ended up being the compass, which told us that Cold Stare was the boss. Almost had ourselves a high five. They just mirrored in different spots. Pretty much. Wombat had Swamp Palace open as well, but was in the desert area, and desert's a little bit quicker. Where vertz had that mirror a while ago and already did Swamp Palace, but just couldn't do desert without the boots. So first item is 100 rupees. This is guaranteed to be the big key. And then vertz is going to go back to the boss, which is the move to do, because you have to go to the boss regardless. If the item's there, you save the time walking up to check the big chest. Wombat is just going to go ahead and check the big chest. Which if the item's not here, then you just wasted that time with that walk. But the item is there, so the time wasn't wasted after all. However, it's not an item of progression. So desert, while a crystal, wasn't the answer. Swamp Palace, we know, is not the answer, although it is a crystal. And pod has been cleared out except for the boss by both. We've already seen Ice Palace essentially turn up only the lamp. So for logical purposes, the lamp is a nice palace. That's the only thing that showed up there. So we have 2 items in Thieves Town in the back. Fishing Boo. We have, what, 1 item left in Skull Woods plus a green pendant? Does that sound right to you? I believe there's 1 item, because one of them is the sword in the big chest in Skull Woods. I don't remember seeing the second. So the second should be in the back, somewhere. And of course, if all that fails, then we're looking at a ped pull or a green pendant turn-in. But because Skull Woods and Thieves Town are there, you're actually probably going to see him go to Thieves Town next. You can go straight to the boss, beat the boss in Thieves Town, and then go back in and go to the back if that's not your answer. Or you can just do the back and then the boss, however you want to do it. You got options. Then you're probably going to go to Skull Woods, and at that point you're going to mirror out. So really, it could be green pendant's the ultimate answer. Because we'll get the ped check probably before we get the green pendant check. At least that's how I'd route it. But Wombat's almost done with the desert post-fight stuff. It's fluting out. vertz a few seconds ahead. Wombat's got density. So Wombat's going to go to Swamp Palace. vertz is the one that's going to go into Skull Woods now. I don't know. I would have done it the other way, but I guess it doesn't really matter. No. There was a heart, so I was wrong. So it's literally just the boss fight. It's literally just a boss fight for Skull Woods. Now, vertz obviously is clearing up the first time, doesn't know that, but I missed that heart the first time around. Wombat's not going to find anything. Unfortunately, this means Wombat's probably doing left side swamp. Vertz is going to get his big key here, and we'll get the temper. Now, Vertz leaves. This will be a graveyard ledge check coming up in the future, which we haven't seen collectively between the two. Now this will be Cape for Vertz. Wombat just going straight to the back here on Swamp. Wombat ice rods Argus to death. Alright, 50 on graveyard ledge, so nothing to worry about there. Flute out for Vertz, what's going to happen? Wombat going back in the dude left side, which is full heart and piece of heart. Alright, Vertz is going in. 2 thieves down. So there's 2 ways that you can route this, given its Enemizer. You could just go in and fight the boss, thinking, okay, maybe then the item's here, collect the pendant while I'm in here. Or you just full clear the back and fight the boss. Vertz is just going to go ahead and go for the clear. No maiden to worry about. No attic to have to bomb. You basically just open the chests in those areas. Enemizer. Chaos boss shuffle. Boss shuffle in general, you can get away with that. That was arrows. So we are looking for another item. So we have 2, potentially 3 checks. It's all going to hinge on if the small key locks itself in the big chest. It would save that time that way and just route verts to the boss quicker. But nope, nope, nope. There's the key. So let's make our runners waste more time and have to go over and check the big chest. Wombat doing his pyramid ledge check. He's going to go up and say hello to Mr. Catfish. Nope, we're going to stop for some potions first. Vertz, meanwhile, got what he needed out of Thieves Town. Knowledge-wise. Not what he really needed was a bow. And left. Put a mirror in the cave 45. Oh, there's the bow! There's the bow! There's the bow! Bow is on Catfish. So that is go mode for Wombat. 138.03 was the collection of that bow. Birds picked up magic powder off Cave 45 for what that's worth. That's which we've already seen a fake powder, so that's nothing. This is looking like a nice palace play for Vertz. While we have this going on, or taking steps back in the areas that we've already seen, please give our runners a follow. Vertz and Wombat are putting on a great show for us here today. We really appreciate it. I can also give myself a follow, or wonderful tracker Fishing Boo as well. Wombat doing the double fire shot trick. If you have sword beams and you throw a fire rod shot at Cold Stare's shell, and then time your sword beam appropriately, you make that fire rod shot be 2 instead of 1. And you can get away with just firing 4 fire rod shots total to break that shell. Alright, here we are. We're going to GT. That means the popular guessing game. 1 through 22, you're going to guess which chest you think the GT big key is going to be. Location, I should say, not just chest. Winner gets an infinite supply of Enemizer Randomizer seeds. I always go with 9. 9 is always my pick. But pretty much the way the seed has gone, vertz did have some struggles with Vidi. Top of Tower Hera. But they still ended up in the same general position. It was a matter of who got to the right check first to be in go mode. And Wombat, after clearing out all 6 crystals that it could and just needing that bow, ended up choosing to check Pyramid Ledge and route that into Catfish, which was the money play. Catfish had the bow. vertz is still looking around for the bow. Alright, guessing game is over. One is a key. 2 is a key. Wombat appears to be a hope left player. And on the steps, torch for check number 3 is the silver arrows. So no doubt about it, your logical bow was Catfish. Check 4 is a key. Check 5 is a compass. Check 6 bombs. Check 7's a key. 5 keys. I think we're good on keys now. Check 8. It's just money. Check 9. Full heart. Rando room, check 10 arrows, check 11 a book, check 12 is progressive shield, check 13 is half magic. Check 14 is a 10-pack of bombs. We're going into the basement. Moldorm on ice. Number 15, Bugnet. Number 16, Red 20. Number 17, Bombs. It is somewhere on the right side. Wombat going to make her way to the compass room. Check 18 is the big key. Check number 18. Zip through here. We did not have an 18. However, we did have a 17 from Noob G Scooter. So you were closest out going over and win the Showcase Showdown, and you get your free Enemizer Randomizer seeds for life. The only difficulty a Wombat's going to have here, I mean, obviously, you don't know what you're going to face enemy-wise in these rooms. But having a Master Sword's going to hurt. It's going to take a little bit of extra effort to kill stuff unless you have secondary items that you can use to get through. And it's going to be causing a lot of spin attacks on Ganon. At least the silvers face for easy. Now, if you're wondering, well, why doesn't he have tempered where Vertz does? That's because Shovel on Spec Rock led to what we know as the temper. Wombat got his mirror late. And when he was going for the one-off checks, he chose to do Pyramid Legend to Catfish. And who knows where Shovel would have been ranking had that failed. Meanwhile, we got Vert over here, about to collect his go mode. Nearly 7 minutes later than Wombat, who is now up on third phase of the tower. I suspect we'll see Wombat make some checks here just to see if he can pick up a sword. I only got 2 checks left for a sword. One check left for a sword. And that one will come after Helmasaur. And because he can hover, it's not that important. Time has been saved. Little does he know that he's got a 7-minute lead. Smartly uses the cape to go through the final enemy room. Two hits on Agatu. Was able to get a third there despite getting hit by blue balls. 4, 5. That should have registered as 4 and 5. And it did. Because there's number 6. Admittedly, I'm watching Wombat stream, and I'm just wondering why vertz mirrored out of pod. Did he not have magic? Meanwhile, Wombat has made his way through the first 2 phases of Ganon. We're gonna get a spin here. Fire off one arrow. We're gonna go for Torch Glitch. Nope, we're not. But we did get one shot in. Here's number 2. Here's number 3. Use a blue potion so we can use that fire rod. And just play it safe. Swing, fire. Ladies and gentlemen, get your GGs in chat for a rabid wombat. Who's going to win this race and is going to win the matchup 2-0. Officially, it will go down as 1 hour, 55 minutes, and 10 seconds. See if we can get Mr. Wombat in here for some conversation. Shortly after that, vertz does go ahead and forfeit. We'll go ahead and get vertz in here. And while we're waiting for Vertz to come in, I will go ahead and bring into the booth a rabid wombat, today's victorious racer. GG's to you, Mr. Wombat. How you feeling?
I feel better now that the race is over. I felt really bad about that mirror.
That was a last location, almost of sorts for that mirror.
Yes.
And what sphere was it in?
0.
It's like, when does he ever have anything, right? You know?
So the thing usually is, like, if I get flute early enough, I check it. And, like, for whatever reason today, I didn't.
So...
And I paid for it.
Of course, the thing is, it wasn't really that big of a pay for it type situation, because you ended up with, between the two of you hitting your go modes, it was about a 7-minute gap, and you were both close together. In fact, when you went to desert, he was going to desert at the same time, and it pretty much just came down a matter of who was going to hit the right check that was outstanding out there. And, you know, you made your choice to go to Pyramid Ledge and then the Catfish. He had decided to do some other things, like go to Ice Palace, which, you know, you had already done.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, that was it. It literally, that point where you was in desert, knowing how close you were, that's how close he was. And it was just a matter of who found it, and there's your winner.
Okay. I didn't think it was actually going to come down to who got the catfish first.
Well, it's been strange because a lot of this, I mean, you guys were pretty much close and stuff with each other. The big thing, and I'll actually bring Vertz in here to the booth. He is in here now, so everyone welcome in Vertz. GG's Vertz on your race today.
Hey, thank you. And GG's Wombat as well. Well played.
Yeah, GG's Vertz. Thanks for the race.
Yeah, for sure. I'm so sad.
Just talking to Wombat, I was getting ready to mention, probably, you know, as I told Wombat, you both were at desert at the same time. You both were in the same idea of, okay, we need that bow to go. And it was a matter of who hit on it first. And unfortunately, you guys ended up with a 7-minute gap between your go modes, because that's how much quicker he went to Catfish compared to your choosing. But one thing that could have impacted that, and I'm going to give it to you, Vertz, you needed a training montage during the seed, because you died to Viddy in Tower Hera. You died to Viddy in Tower Hera. You probably died to him again, and I lost count. And then I just saw you go down to the ferry, and you're like buying bombs. Go back out. Go back in. You're buying bombs. You're flying. You're getting potions. And I'm just thinking, the old South Park song, we're going to need a montage.
Yes. I was so upset about that fight, because I went into it the first time like decently stocked up on health, and realized I had one bomb after I threw it. And I was like, oh, okay. Killed all the eyes. That time, I did kill all the eyes that time. Maybe not. No, I think the first time the eyes got me, and then the second time the bigger eye got me, and then I stocked up. That was very sad.
And you had him. I mean, you got him to the big eyeball phase.
Yep.
You know, you got him to that second phase, and you know, it's just so hard with hammer. And you guys, there just wasn't a lot of good weaponry to use because of where the bow was.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. I skipped it for a very long time. I ended up doing, I checked front of Skull, checked Thieves Town items, did all of IP, and then I was like, well, maybe I should do catfish before I go back for the other pendants. Yep, sure enough.
I mean, I also died to Vitreous. I also died in trying to go to the right side of Pod like twice. Because I was on like 6 hearts.
Oh gosh. I had so many, I think, maybe I didn't have that many when I first went in there. I didn't find the either side of Pod too terrible. Maybe I'm just blanking out on it after everything else that happened here.
I don't think you had any deaths in there. I mean, the only thing that you had the issue with Pod was obviously it was already done for at that point, was when you mirrored out to get potions and stuff. That was...
Oh, yes.
I do know that Wombat, he also died to blind. Early
yes,
on.
in Eastern early. I needed one more hit, and I felt very sad.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I did a lot of dungeons out of logic. I didn't get the lamp till late, so I had beaten, gone through, most of Pod. I beat Meyer. I went through Turtle Rock.
Yeah, I think Fire Rod was my fire source for everything until the very end, right until I went into Pod again. Yeah, when I got that bow, I was like, yeah, I probably lost.
Yeah, I found when I found the mirror, I'm like, great.
Yeah, that too.
I mean, to a degree, there's no way to be feeling good when you're looking at the clock. I mean, you see these seeds, you're thinking 90 minutes, and you're looking at when you get these items, and it's just with you getting your Melee Wombat, and you got to be getting this thinking, this is not good. I could have lost. I mean, there's got to be no good feeling about that.
No, not when you leave major progression behind in Sphere 0.
Of course, who'd have thought that this seed was going to be as slow as it was with the way that it started? I mean, you guys...
right, yeah. It was just, here, go. You can do a lot of the things.
Yes, enjoy.
And once again, you find an early ice rod to never see a Trinex.
The seed literally is go to CAC, and hey, go to the mountain, and hey, get all this stuff on the mountain, and it's just
get Moon Pearl in a Spiral Cave. Continue to do the mountain, please.
And it's you're feeling it's going to be a jet seed at that point, and then you guys are just where's the rest of it? Why did it stop?
Pretty much.
Well, Vertz, you're unfortunately going to be exiting the tournament after 2 games, but kind of talk about this tournament, what you thought about it, what you liked, what you enjoyed. And
yeah, sure. I had fun with it. This is a mode that I appreciate just because it's so goofy. This is a seed where I think that goofiness shines with Vidi in Hera super early, where it's it's very possible to do, but it's just very annoying. And I like that factor in it. And, even though I'm out, I had a good time, I would do again.
And of course, for you, Wombat, I had the name listed. You were going up against Killer App 23 in the next round.
That'll be a good matchup.
How familiar are you with going against Killer App? Do you see them often? Is it just a name you know, or?
So we often race the Crystal Company weekly races on Friday nights together. So I'm somewhat familiar with Killer App.
Well, just remember, Enemizer is an equalizer, so it should be a lot of fun to see you two going at it next round.
I'm looking forward to it.
Anything else that you want to add, or either one of you add about today's seed, or just kind of anything? Or
well, just thank you for organizing everything, Moo, and thank you, Wombat, for the race. It was fun.
Yeah. Thank you, Mukau, and to the trackers and commentators that make all this possible. We couldn't, put on a show without you.
And all the links are in chat. Follow the runners, please. And of course, the tracker, Fishing Boo, and Valuable Tracker. Please give Fishing Boo a follow as well. On that note, that is going to take care of everything for today's race. So again, give it up for vertz and arabidwombat. Wombat moving on to face killer at 23 into round of 32. My name is Mukau1980. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch this awesome Enemizer tournament race. And I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace.